Hello guys, Lady here, back once again on our survival multiplayer server we have here. And I know guys, trust me, I know, it's been a while. I'm really sorry about that guys, it has been hectic for me the last couple of months, but I am glad to say I am back with another tour video of the castle, and this time it is fully completed. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, interiors and all, it is looking so cool, so immersive, and I'm gonna walk through it. We're probably gonna have to do this in several different parts of the tour because there's a lot going on here, but I will try to make them as short as I possibly can, keep you all interested. We're gonna get back to Let's Plays after this video, but for now, let's just do a tour of everything I have been doing to the castle to finish it up. All the houses are finished. The interior of the castle is completed. It is looking so cool. The details are in, yeah. I can't wait to show you guys. I really can't. I'm so excited. Before we get started, I just want to mention as well, we are now in Jappa's new version 3. I think it's version 3.3. I don't know. The newest version out of the updated textures. And oh my god, guys, I have to say, I am in love. I don't know what it is about it, but I think he's just nailed, like, everything. There's nothing I don't like here, so yeah, I'm loving it. I'm pretty happy. I mean, the horse armor is a bit weird, just, you know, when you hold the item, but, you know, that's not important. I don't really care about that. The blocks look amazing. Oh, speaking of horse armor, check this out, guys. This is Guinevere. Look at that castle. I am so excited to share with you guys what is going on in this castle and show you everything that I have done to finish this place up and make it feel like an immersive kingdom. By the way, side note guys, I still don't have a name for this kingdom or this castle. Guys, if whilst watching this tour any names for a castle or for a fairy tale kingdom come into your brain, please share them with me because I would like to hear them. But anyway guys, let's get on finally to the updated tour of our fairy tale castle, fully completed. Alright guys, we're starting our tour back here in the forest so we can get a good view of the castle, and I want to talk to you guys about something that is really important in building and making grand builds like this really work, and that's the same thing that applies to just like art in general. You gotta think about lines of sight and vectors, what's gonna pull the eye, what's gonna tell the viewer or the wanderer where to go. And I like the way that you catch glimpses of the castle through the forest, and then just as you reach the bridge you've got all those towers off in the distance, flags waving, and the forest goes right up to the edges of the castle at some points. Other places are a little bit more lived in and people have chopped the trees down there. This is another one of those looks, by the way guys. So as we come here, the castle is revealed and I've got it framed on either side with these pine trees. I really like the way the forest feels with the mixture of all three trees throughout. Looking real fancy, but also looking very scary, so I might run inside. Oh my god, thank you Navi. Navi Fairy saved my life. Okay guys, it is finally time for me to take you through the gates of the castle and show you guys the finished town. It's looking amazing. I've been really challenging myself to try to work on putting the extra detail in, the atmosphere, and making something look and feel amazing, like from all angles, rather than just having a, you know, a front or whatever. I want it to be a world. I want it to seem realistic sitting here in our little Minecraft world. So that's what I've been doing. So yeah. So here we are walking through the gates of the castle. I am loving how this place is feeling. I've really tried to put in the detail. To be honest with you guys, I've never done such an ambitious project before in Minecraft. But I am really happy with how it's turned out, and yeah, I want to share it with you guys. So going through the town here, most of these houses and buildings here don't actually have interiors yet. The castle, I promise you, the castle is completely interiored up. The castle is finished inside and out. It looks amazing. We're gonna go through there in great detail in just a moment, but I do want to quickly run through the town so you can get the vibe of the atmosphere here in the castle grounds, or the castle town, or whatever. Alright, so heading forward, we've got some townhouses here. These are really small. I don't think anyone has these ones yet. And this is sort of the town square, so the main town center, where we have a well for the townspeople, and there's some stalls around. This is the Tavern and Inn, so tavern downstairs, inn upstairs. And somebody on the server has been helping me do this one. This is really cute. There's nothing downstairs yet, but the interiors upstairs have been finished, and it looks so cool up here. I love it. Some shulker boxes laying around there because they're still working on this place. But if we head back downstairs, my favorite thing about this is that this inn and tavern has, particularly for the people who are coming to stay at the inn, this back exit, which leads you to the stables. So you just come out the back door here. We're still inside the wall, and we come back behind the big chimney, and we come out here in the stables where our horses are. This is how you like feed the horses. Also, a massive saying thank you to another one of my server members, Alex, who supplied me with most of my horses that are littered throughout the kingdom. So yeah, as you see, this leads right back out to the stables that we saw just before. Alright, moving along, this is a really cool house. This is probably my favorite house. It just has such a fairy tale vibe with the tower on the side and the cute little house. Maybe I'll decorate that one myself in a video. I am thinking of doing that. If you guys are interested, please let me know in the comments, because yeah, I'd love to know if that'd be something you guys would be interested in seeing. But a video of sort of doing some interiors around town and showing you how I do them. But yeah, let's continue on. This is the tailor that somebody else is doing for me. This little building here is a blacksmith. Now this, I believe, was here. I think it would have been on my first tour video. Now this building does have interiors now, and it is the only building that I've done interiors for in the town so far, and that is because of a very special reason, that there's some special redstone-y stuff going on under here. So this is the outside of the blacksmith. We have the forge and the anvils and stuff like that. Coming along this way, this is the entrance to the blacksmith, and this has my furnace array underneath it. So come in here, this is sort of the storefront. I'm sorry for the lag, guys. This server is pretty laggy itself, and my computer is just downright terrible. I'm still working on saving up to get a proper gaming PC so I can deliver higher quality videos for you guys. But enough of that. Let's continue with the tour. This is a little bedroom for the blacksmith. And yeah, just like a little storage area. And that's about it up here. A little fireplace. Keep them warm. And then downstairs is my furnace array. So we can see here, we've got, you put your ores in this one, you put your fuel in this one, and then out comes the smelted items. I've got a whole bunch of baked potato in there right now. It's not very immersive in a forge, but you know. So this is actually one of the furnace arrays designed for 1.13. This was designed by Friliath. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Please forgive me if it's not. There is a zombie back there. Excuse me. Anyway, this is one of those farms that keep the XP so that you can get, you know, XP from him. But that is determined with this lever. When I have it on, it's for XP collection. When it's off, it's no XP collection. And it's been working pretty good for me. I don't really need the XP part too often, so I put that behind doors, and it doesn't look nearly as pretty back there as it does here. But you know what, I'm fine with it. But yeah, so this is my little silver smelter back here. We have the bell tower here, which is also significant because it is also hiding something else. Underneath the bell tower is my villager trading hall. So if we quickly go all the way down these stairs, oh my god. Alright, we're deep underground now. This is my villager trading hall. It's fairly full. I haven't really gone through, I know I recently sent a whole bunch in here, but I haven't gone and unlocked their trades yet. This thing is connected to my villager breeder, which we will probably see in the second part of the tour when I go through the farming district. And you'll see I have a lot of these sort of behind the scenes kind of areas with my redstone where I make it so that you can access it, but it doesn't have to be pretty back there. As long as all the visible stuff is pretty, I'm happy. Everything else can just hide. So that is probably about it for the town, guys. I think we can move on to the castle itself. Look at it looming high above there. Looks so beautiful. These are just houses back here, also up for grabs if anyone wants them. I like the feel of this kind of little alley here where this house is built really close to the castle. And we've got the ivy from the castle sort of growing over to the house, creating this little cover up. Those holes in the castle there are the kitchens, which we will get to. Defensive areas looking out. Okay guys, and now we are going to finally head in to the castle itself. So you'll notice we come over this sort of land bridge here. I debated about this a lot, whether to make it a land bridge or a proper bridge, but I like the land bridge in the end. There's sort of some very fairy tale-esque, very magical cliff sides and other land masses and things like that around in this particular build, and I like the way that feels. So, and again, I'm sorry for the lag. It's probably because of how detailed and decorated this place really is. There's probably about 1 million entities around, and for that I apologize. Again, I don't have a very good computer, but I am trying to get that. Okay, so let's head through the portcullis of the main gates here. And you can see these are our 2 flags of the kingdom. I originally was trying to choose between the 2, but I think I decided I'd like both. And I really like the extra color that it brings in. So let's go through. We have obviously these murder holes in here. So we've got this door here, so there's double security coming in. And we come inside and we have this whole thing. The whole castle is sort of planned around a spiral, so we spiral up into this middle tower, which continues to spiral in the same direction all the way up to the top tower there, which is actually the mage's tower. The entirety of this tower, everything here, guys, it's all interiored. It's all decorated. So let's continue. This front area here, this sort of main courtyard, would probably be like the workshop area. So we've got our smithy in here for any repairs on swords, or, you know, some horse armor or horseshoeing and things like that. Through this door here is a little storeroom. I imagine this is where the craftsmen sleep, and then the people who work around here, the craftsmen and stuff, that's their living quarters in here. We've got rooms towards the left. This room is claimed by somebody who helped me do a lot of the interiors of the castle. By the way, you're welcome to have a bigger room. There are bigger rooms in the castle that you can come to. But yeah, and these chests here are all just sort of extras and stuff like that of decorative items, which, let me check that in there. Which are here for general use for anyone who has decided to turn up and help me do the interiors of the castle and the town. So I really like the feel of this castle here, where we've got the stone mixed with the wood and the what would that white stuff be called? Like, through this way in here we've got sort of a workshop, stable hand area. Up the top is a bit of an armory, but just for the bowmen who would be manning the murder holes and things like that, and the walls. And this is where you would sleep probably if you're on guard duty, or yeah, like you're swapping around on guard duty, or you're one of these bowmen. Now this place is a bit of a maze. I think everybody who comes to visit gets subsequently lost. And I think the only reason I know my way around the place is because I built it. You know, there was nothing here once upon a time. There was a dark oak forest. And I chopped it down and I built a castle. So I know exactly where everything was because I planned it and I built it up. So it's easy for me to get around, so I might be going around a bit too fast for anyone to actually be able to tell what's where. But just so you know, it is a bit of a maze and it is all linked together. So there are multiple ways to get anywhere you want to go in the castle. So we have these, a lot of them are like little servants' ways, servants' entrances. So like down here at the bottom of the workshop, we lead into the kitchens. So we have the kitchens underneath the Great Hall here, and this is what I pointed out. Furnace thing here, like big cooking, whatever. I like that. I love that idea of putting black coal. I watched a video about that when I was trying to learn how to do interiors, because this whole thing has been a big learning process for me. For everything, every step of building this castle has been a learning process, if I'm honest. But it has been really awesome and really fun, and I think I have learned a lot. And I can't remember who it is that I got that idea of having the coal blocks at the back of the fire, but boy, does it just add something extra. I love it. So this is the kitchens. So the whole idea is the royalty and, you know, the important people live above in the upper floors, the upper levels of the castle, and the servants and the workers live at the lower levels of the castle. So this here is part of the lower levels. We're going to come back to that later, but I do want to go in and show you the more fancy side of the castle before we continue to the servants' quarters. Anyway, this is the other one of the workshops here. So this is, I imagine, this is where carpentry goes on. They build a lot of like furniture and stuff like that for the castle, as well as probably making tools and stuff like that, or like with the help of the smithy out there in his forge. We've also got murder holes and bows at the ready to get anyone that comes in through the port cutlass. And of course some armor up here with another little arrow slip. That leads down to the servants' quarters that we just talked about, so we'll get down there again later. But yeah, let's go through the main part of the castle, and when I next get to a bed, I think I'm gonna sleep. So we have ourselves just sort of a little garden bit here, which I really liked. You'll see sort of roses are kind of the flower of these people. They love themselves some roses. So this is a chapel here. It's not Christianity. I would imagine they worship like it's more of a pagan Celtic sort of religion, about the spirits and magical nature in the woods and stuff like that. More like a druid kind of thing. I don't know. That kind of feel. But yeah, so this is the chapel for the people that live and work at the castle. Looks pretty cool. In this build, I kind of center the end rods. Whenever there's end rods involved, I kind of imagine they're sort of a religious or magical symbol. But yeah, looking pretty cool. Alright, moving on in the castle, this is the north wall, and this whole wall is taken over by the barracks. So all the way up, this is the barracks on this side. So we'll quickly show you that building. We've got a little bit of a general armory down here. Upstairs we have sort of the soldiers or the knights in training, I would imagine. These guys don't have very good stuff and they're kind of all packed in here in bunks. So upstairs again we have the knights room. So the knights wear gold. I've thought of a little thing. It's funny that I haven't thought of a name for the kingdom or the castle, but I've thought out so much of the law and the people and the reasons and things like that behind the castle and the kingdom itself. And something I thought up is the colors. So the yellow, green, and red. It's actually, I'm thinking, you know, gold. So green, red, and gold. So the knights wear gold. The archers wear green. And their enemies wear red. That's what I'm saying. That's their colors. So we've got knights here. We've got a lot of storage for their own personal armor. I would imagine like you own your own armor by the time you're a knight. So lots of storage around. Before we get to the map, there is one last room, and that is the Knight Commander's room. So he gets a double bed. He gets himself a room. I'll do him to him or herself. The Knight Commander lives here above their men. So here we have the castle in all its glory. We're not going to get to this bit today. This is a really old stuff. So this stuff has been around for a really long time. If you are interested in seeing this village, let me know, but for now, we're not going to bother with it. Oh, a server restart. Well, that's good, guys, because maybe it'll make the server less laggy. But yeah, this is connected to the North Tower here. Before we go up there, because it is a tedious climb up those stairs, let's go check out the Central Tower. And in fact, while we're here in the barracks, let's have a quick snooze. That was the barracks and the North Tower there. And right next to us is the Great Hall. So let's head inside. Really like the way the Great Hall turned out. We've got two main tables, green and the red, and the yellow and the green. I kind of think of them as two families that long ago came together. And that's why they're all of these colors, and the flag's the same but different colors. It's sort of two main family lines, maybe. But anyway, this is the Great Hall, which would also be used as a throne room. So got the throne here. I would imagine sort of during the daytime they push the tables and chairs back, and this is just sort of like a general, like, you know, come in and appeal to the king or queen or whatever, throne room kind of deal. But then yeah, this is in dinner time mode. We've got the fireplaces roaring in the back, keeping us warm, because this is a very giraffe-y building. We've got the chandeliers, really impressive chandeliers. I love that chandelier design. We'll get a better look of that when we come up the top level. But yeah, I love the way the roof turned out as well, the detail on the roof and the different colored flags. Up there is sort of a viewing area, so people who wouldn't fit down here, wouldn't be allowed to come down here, would be viewing up the top. And there's some chairs up there as well. So yeah, that is the Great Hall. And now the spiral finally leads us to the Central Tower. So inside we have the map room, or the war room. So we've got a round table, or as close to round as you can get horizontally in Minecraft. But yeah, this is the map of the area. This is sort of the surrounding area. Spawn for the server is actually right here in this this missing block. Heading upstairs, on top of the war room, this is the royal living quarters. This is the where the royal bedrooms are. So through this door here, we have our first royal bedroom, which I imagine is occupied by a prince of some kind, learning to be the new ruler. How very fairy tale. So this is just this is the same sort of style that we've got for each of the royal bedrooms, but it is completely different to any of the other bedrooms you have going around the castle for the servants and the workers and things like that. So we've got a closet for their things, we've got a nice big 4-poster bed, banners. I'd like to use these birch trapdoors in this way for like mirrors. I feel like that's the only way I ever use them. Second bedroom is by someone quite religious, I imagine. Only because they have a lot of nature around and their religion is centered on nature. Plus, like, this is the same colors that we have going on in the chapel. And this person's wash basin is over in this corner here. They have their own little... I would imagine it's like a closet, but I didn't want to put too much extra entities in a closet. The third bedroom is the biggest of them all. So this is a really nice, big, spacious bedroom. We've got the closet over here with a nice little walk-in closet. We've got the desk, the 4-poster bed again with the banners and the house colors. And again, this sort of like little washroom back here. So I'm imagining that's the king and queen's bedroom in there. Finally, up the top of the central tower, we have the library. So this is the grand library. Tried to make it look nice and cozy in here. We've got, little reading nooks out the windows and things like that. Coming upstairs, there is actually a little bit more to this tower, but I will probably skip the walk because that's a really long spiral staircase that we have to travel up. Finally, we have made it to the top of the central tower, and this is the mage's tower. So this is sort of the royal mage, the sort of advisor to the king or queen. They're at the top of this tower here doing, all sorts of magic. We've got should be a level 30 enchantment table, I think. Just there. We've got a bed because, they want to study. They just love the books. So yeah, really cool interior here with the chandelier and the the skulls. And yeah, I really like it. It is pretty cute. Alright guys, moving on from the central tower that we have there. That's the library windows there, mage tower all the way up the top there, and the royal bedrooms. We move on to what I have labeled the princess tower. So of course this is a fairy tale castle, and we can't have a princess that lives anywhere but at the top of the tower. So at the very, very top of this particular tower, we have the princess room. So the princess lives up here in her own kind of space. So this is the top. This is much better views. Look at the views of the farmland. That's the town down below. Oh, love it. Anyway, this is her sort of living quarters with a desk and a mirror and things like that. And up the top is her bedroom. This is the princess room, looking cool. One of the guest rooms is in the top of the final tower that I haven't showed you guys because that is the last tower to be done. That is a guest room for members of the server to come and take. I know I've had a few people express interest, but if you want it, come get it. So here we are just on a guard tower post thing just underneath. This is the princess tower here. And that is the walkway. I loved doing these walkways. I got these ideas from like all those old fairy tales like Sleeping Beauty and things like that, those old Disney movies. They always have like these bridges across linking towers, and I just love the look. So we can actually follow this princess tower further down. Oh, here we go. There's just a little defensive wall structure here. This is just above that little garden and the courtyard over that way, the bridges. And this overlooks the wheat fields out here. That's the watermill just there in the corner. We've got our farmhouse and everything back that way. And just a little bit lower, here we go, we have the guest area. So this is, there is a ballista. Is it ballista? These giant crossbow things. This is for dragons. This is anti-dragon weaponry here. Anyway, we come along here, and this is the other two guest rooms. One of them's been claimed already, so these are the guest rooms. We've got sort of a little entrance area, I would say, and then like a living room here, and then up to the top balcony where there's a bedroom. And there is an almost identical, not actually identical, it's a little bit differently laid out room just across that way right next to us. Here we go. This is claimed by one of the server members already, but I don't think he's done anything with it yet. And here we go, a little balcony across the living area, living space, into this front tower, which is another guest room. As well as that, this level also takes you to the top of the Great Hall. So we've got another little garden area, just, you know, keep the greenery going, keep the air fresh. And this is the Great Hall. Again, this is the roof, so this is sort of just a viewing area. You could probably have drinks and stuff up here, but there's no tables for eating. And yeah, really cool. There's that chandelier design in better detail, that double chandelier there. I love that, and it's so much nicer with those end rods. And finally, this is the only way really to get into this tower. This is the guest tower that I haven't done anything with yet. So upstairs to guest house, that I'm not going to show you that because it's just identical to the princess tower, but without interior decorations yet. So that's all the way up the top of this, and down at the bottom of this tower is the royal vault. So quickly, this door just leads you off into that little defensive outbuilding here that we have that overlooks the town and the tournament grounds out there. That's what that's going to be, if anyone is wondering, those dirt paths. That is going to be hopefully next video. We're going to build that. And then all the way down the bottom of the staircase is the royal vaults, which have now been decorated, and they're looking pretty fancy. So here we go. This is meant to be closed, you know. Imagine this is two big doors, alright? Two giant doors into the treasury. Now, it's not very big because it actually runs into a couple of things around it, but, you know, it's not too bad. We don't really need that much space for placing down precious resources. Okay, guys, we've covered a lot of the castle already, but believe it or not, there is actually still a lot more to see. So let's continue on with the tour. And that, of course, is the lower levels of the castle, which is where the servants and the workers of the castle work and live and everything like that. So this is the lower levels. These stairs here come straight down from the barracks, as you can see, and they actually lead straight to the royal armory. So this would be where the knights go to get all their stuff. This is where the king does his stuff. You know, all the kings and the princes have their special stuff here. This is the high quality good gear, which will occasionally be given to knights of merit and things like that. And then, of course, this is the back entrance. This is the second main entrance of the castle, where we have, again, a double defensive door. So we've got these two big double doors here, which close and lock. And then we've got the drawbridge, which goes over the river. Now, I've got this really well labeled because this is my Nether Portal, and I have several in my Nether hub, but this is the biggest portal in there. It looks like the main one, so majority of people come out through this portal. And they find their way out fairly easily, but then they get lost when exploring and they have no idea how to get back. So trying to let people know. So we already saw the kitchens just up here, but I'll show you them again so you get a bit of a perspective of where everything is. So this is directly underneath the Great Hall that's upstairs. Coming down this way, this is the pantry, like the food storage, dry food storage. Right next to it is sort of the medical room. It's a bit of an apothecary, sort of potions sort of room. But I imagine this would be where the physician of the castle lives, so basically the doctor. But yeah, so we've got in here, you know, potions where they make, you know, different elixirs and concoctions for, you know, obviously for the people of the castle. And they help anyone who's sick and things like that. Medicines, herbal medicines. And this is where they sleep as well. So this is their, you know, house and their area of work. So through this door is the servants' quarters. This was done mostly by another member of the server. You know who you are. Thank you very much. I really appreciated your help. So we've just got some basic rooms in here for the workers of the castle. These are the more well-to-do ones. So maybe the maids who wait on the princess, or the cook, or, you know, things like that. And then downstairs, deep under the castle, we have the poor servants' rooms that do the not so good jobs. They don't have much. That's it. Each room, there's 4 of them, and they each have the same thing, just a bed and a chest. And through here, we have that loading dock that you can see connects up to the moat. So that's the moat outside. That is the wheat fields there. It's nighttime again. And this would be where the sort of the loading dock of where they would get things that would kind of come in and out of maybe waste barrels going out, or, you know, imported things coming in. Coming back upstairs to where the kitchens are, there's a couple of other storage rooms down this way. So this is the North Tower. So if we go up, we get to the barracks and up to the air defense up the top of the North Tower. But all the way down this tower, this is sort of the most well-defended, like, this is the defensive tower, I suppose. We've got the dungeons all the way down the bottom here. But first we have the Mead Cellar. So we've got some wine and beer and mead and that kind of stuff down here, keeping it cool because it's underground. And then even further underground, we have the cold room, where, of course, you keep everything to keep cold. Now, all the way down the bottom level here is our dungeons. We're quite deep underground, and considering the castle goes a fair way above ground as well, high up into the sky, I think it's above the clouds. I have to disable clouds whenever I play. But here we have dungeons, so these are sort of individual dungeons. I imagine these as like shackles for someone. And down here we have the dungeons. And interestingly, through the dungeons we have this little entrance here, which links us up to the tombs and the catacombs of the castle, which are also deep underground. So this is the royal tombs, where we've got just members of the royal family laid to rest, of course, are really important. All the kings and queens. You know, those are the people of legend down there. These are just family members. And further up top, we have the records room, which is sort of like where the records for all the who was born, who married who, and then who was born and how long they ruled for and things like that. So the old records are here. We've got the old looking flags and stuff like that. And this door links us up to the Nether Portal. Yeah. So this is the Nether Portal that is just underneath the lower levels of the castle. I do want to show you as well really quick. This is a map. This is the biggest map I have, and you can actually see spawn. So this is, on our server we use the spawn area as a sort of shopping district. So you can see down here, this is the shopping district all through there. By the way, this little waterfall here next to the Nether Portal is actually the secret entrance to this drain here. Secret entrance to the castle. So you could break somebody out of the dungeons through the tombs and catacombs and come out of the sewers. Now, I think the last thing for us to do would be to check out the North Tower. I'm gonna fly up there because it is a very long way up. Hopefully, if the lag will allow it. Okay guys, we're on the top of the North Tower now, and you can see I have built myself another one of these ballista weapons, these giant crossbows to fight off the dragons. It makes sense of why this tower is so much more fortified than those other prettier towers, because this has got to be strong enough to hold this beast of a weapon up here, and it also has to be sturdy enough to hold its own against a dragon that's trying to shoot this thing down. So to try to make it a bit more realistic, I have made the last level of this tower into storage for these ballistic weapons. So these are the arrows. They're not as long here as they are up there, but shh. Alright, at least it's somewhat, you know, it's made. This is sort of like the ends of the arrows and storage of it, and you put the ends on when you put it into the weapon. And these big arrows that you need, you know, 2 people to lift up and take upstairs. And down here we've just got even more of them stored up on the shelves. But that is about it. Now, here's the moment you're probably all waiting for. Let's have a fly around of the castle. I'm going to look at all the junk in my inventory right now. I'm gonna pull out some potions of slow falling, and we're gonna really check this place out. Now let's have a little fly around and check out this finished Fairytale castle in all its glory. There isn't a bit of the castle that hasn't got detail and life added to it, and we're still just adding more. Slowly over time, for as long as the server is open, hopefully. Here's a view I don't often get. We've got the Princess Tower coming into the foreground there. Oh, that's so cool. I gotta say guys, this is definitely the most ambitious project I've ever tried to do in Minecraft, and I'm really happy with how it's worked out. I have learned so much about building and about detailing and things like that, and definitely grown as a builder making this. Also guys, I want to say a big thank you to anyone who has helped me with the interiors already, or who is doing stuff to help now still. Thank you for all of your input and your help. I wanted it to be interiors, but it was such a daunting project, so thank you to everybody for your help. Now, of course, I have landscaped and decorated, terraformed out the forest, so especially where the paths are, the interior of the forest is pretty sparse. But wherever there are paths that lead through the kingdom, I have decorated them and landscaped them. You can see me working on my first forest path in one of my previous videos, but I do want to take a land down and just have a look at the forest outside the castle here. And exiting out of it, you'll see there's some new stuff here. I've added a few houses that have sort of settled outside the walls of the castle. And as the sun starts to set on our Fairytale kingdom here, let's have a swing around and let the castle slowly fade into view. So amazing. This has been months in the making, guys, by the way. I didn't just put this up in a day or two. But I have to say, I am really happy with how it's turned out. I think it's everything I dreamed it could be and more. So guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video of the castle in its entirety, interiors and all. I have enjoyed making this so much, and it gives me so much joy seeing all you guys in the comments saying how much you loved it, because I really love it. It is my baby. It is my favorite base of all time, and I'm glad I could take you guys on a tour. The next tour video is going to be of the farmland when that's finished, so probably gonna do another couple of videos coming out of the tournament ground here and the farming village over there, and I want to finish off this place here. You can see this island that I have been terraforming here. This place is a custom terraformed island, so that's been really fun. And of course we're gonna look at what's hiding beneath the farmland here, and that is all of my redstone farms. We've got a whole bunch of different redstone farms happening over here. But I want to finish this place off before we get to that tour, so I will bring that one to you when it's ready. Okay guys, that is the end of the tour for today's video. I hope you enjoyed exploring my beautiful fairytale castle with me, and if you have any name ideas, now that you've seen this place inside and out and you know the atmosphere and the vibes, do you have any name ideas for this fairytale kingdom or for the castle itself? Please leave a comment with a name idea, because I would love to hear them. I am in desperate need. But look at that, a castle in the night sky. Let's just really quick, for all those wondering, check out some shaders. I know it's gonna be very dark now. Oh my goodness, it's even more beautiful with shaders. Shaders really does make everything magical, doesn't it? Thank you so much for checking this video out, guys, and thank you so much for all the love in the comments. It brings me so much happiness hearing you guys say that you love the castle builds or that you've taken inspiration from it. It's so cool to hear, and yeah, thank you again. The plan is now to get back into a more regular video schedule, so I should have another video out for you guys really soon. We are going to work on the farmland and finishing up the tourney ground and the farmer's village and stuff like that in the next couple of videos. And also, let me know, guys, if you're interested in seeing a video of doing some medieval interiors on the townhouses within the walls and stuff like that. So that's what's still to come. But for now, I am just going to say goodbye. Please subscribe if you are interested in seeing where we take this castle next. Leave me a like if you enjoyed the video at all, and thanks again for watching. See ya!